Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my press conference. I need to get this over with so I can return to the dumpster fire we call the New York Giants 2019 draft. Yesterday was only the first round, and we had 3 picks. While we didn't draft Manny, Mo, and Jack, otherwise known as the Pep Boys, or Mo, Larry, and Curly, otherwise known as the Three Stooges, we did have a little head-scratcher moment. Let me work backwards for a minute. We took Baker at cornerback at number 32 from Georgia. He's a South Florida kid, and South Florida corners come with swagger, which I like. This kid could have an instant impact. Or he could be working in a Burger King in Atlanta in October. At 17, we took Dexter Lawrence, a defensive tackle from Clemson. So we got a big, massive defensive lineman from one of the top 2 programs in college football. I'm okay with that. I think Dexter can handle himself from day one, unless he can't. And then we had the number 6 pick in the draft, and I know many of you are upset with the Giants' number 6 pick. Quite frankly, I'm not too thrilled myself. But Gettleman is the GM, and he has the final decision-making authority. All I can do is try to guide him. That said, let me put the decision to pick Daniel Jones, quarterback, at number 6 in the first round in perspective. First of all, when Gettleman showed me his narrowed down list of his choices, I was a little shocked, to be honest with you. A little bit. His list to choose from included a goalie out of Vancouver, AT&T, a 6'10" power forward from Bulgaria, Tom Brady's sperm, a 0-turn riding lawnmower, and Jones. So, of course, I said, take Jones. Out of that group, you must have perspective. If you put those choices in perspective, the pick makes a lot of sense. Look, we usually draft front office executives, accountants, and C-suite executives out of Duke. Quarterbacks? Not so much. Here's how we rated Jones' strengths and weaknesses. Strengths. 3-year starter for a known quarterback guru in David Cutcliffe. He has the size at 6'5" and 220 pounds. He has the athletic ability, and he stands tall in the pocket. Weaknesses: sensitive nuts, inability to efficiently wipe himself after a bowel movement, isn't able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and brings too much luggage when he goes on a 3-hour tour. Eli did not take the pick well, but we told him we don't see Jones starting for another 3 years. That's if he's still in the league. And then we took Eli to Dairy Queen for some ice cream, and he seemed okay with the pick. And listen, don't listen to all the draft gurus with their big mouths. Mel, the helmet head kipper, is a moron, so don't listen to him. That jerk-off once rated the Seattle Seahawks draft of a few years ago an F. This was the draft that led to the Seahawks Super Bowl appearances and win 2 years later. The closest Mel Kiper ever came to a football field was playing the triangle in the high school marching band. The triangle. That's one step below playing a garbage can later with a fucking spoon. Okay, look. Football is a team game. I really tried to talk this team into drafting offensive linemen, tight ends, and defensive game changers. You got to have a team around a quarterback, not the other way around. But this is the direction we have decided to go in. I mean, I could bring up Tom Brady as a 6th-round pick, and we can all name a million first-round busts. My point is, the whole fucking thing is one big subjective shitfest. No one knows what the right pick was at this point in time. We all have to wait and see. We do this every single year since the beginning of time. I need to go back to the war room now. That's what we call it. We should call it the wart room, because for the last few years, draft day has been like one giant genital wart for us. Let's see what happens today and tomorrow. Don't give up. You never know what the tide will bring in, okay? Now, there's food next door. I hope you'll think and wait for the draft to be over before you write any articles about our picks. There was a lot of good talent left to be taken. I live and die New York Giant football. All I can say is, go Big Blue. Thank you. Yes, just type everything I said. What's the fucking problem? You're the press. You type what I say. Every fucking word of it. Get out of my way.